In 2025, we're gonna get ahead of our finances and we're gonna start with our car loan. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can do that. If you have a car loan, you should have created an amortization table by now, but if you haven't, it's completely fine because I'm gonna show you what to do step by step on how to create one so you can stay on top of your finances. So we're gonna write out some basic facts here. You're gonna write out loan amount, interest rate, months, and monthly payment. All of this information should be on the contract that you had whenever you signed for the car loan. So the loan amount in this example, we're just going to say $45,000. The interest rate, I'm going to go with 6.50%. Let's say we signed on for 72 months. Not recommended, but I think that's pretty average for a lot of Americans. And then our monthly payment, you can calculate that, but again, this is all information that should be on your contract. So now that we have that information, on the right of it, we're going to write it out as a financial calculator would see it as. So we're going to write PV, which means present value, rate, which is your interest rate, and per, which is the number of months, and then the payment amount, PMT. Next to PV, you're just going to make it equal your loan amount. The rate is going to be your interest rate divided by 12 because we want to see the monthly interest rate. The number of months is just going to be the months, and then your PMT is your monthly payment. So now that you have that information, you're going to start by creating your amortization table, and we're going to make some column names here. We're going to write out periods, payment, interest, principal, extra payment, and loan balance. So for periods, you're going to start with 0, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, all the way up until you hit 72, which is the number of months here. So here's 72. Now that we have the periods laid out, we're going to skip all of these middle cells here, and for the loan balance, we're just going to make it equal that $45,000. For the payment, you're going to press equals, and you're going to make it equal your monthly payment. And you do want to hard code it, so right now it's not hard coded because it doesn't have any of the locking symbols, which is the dollar signs. So you can hard code it by pressing F4 on your keyboard, or you can just write out the dollar signs itself. So $D means it locks column D, and then $7 means it locks the cell row 7. And the reason I'm locking and unlocking cells is so that whenever we're done with this first row, we'll be able to drag down the formulas until the 72 periods, the 72 months, and it'll be a lot easier so we don't have to keep recreating these formulas. And for the interest, we're going to do equal sign, the previous loan balance, multiply it times the rate right here. So for here, we're not going to lock the cell H11. We want to keep it unlocked, but we do want to lock in that G5 so that when we drag the formula, it stays that way. So again, you can press F4 on your keyboard, or you can just do a $G, $5. For the principal, we're going to do equals payment minus the interest. Press enter. For the extra payment, we're going to keep it blank here. And then for the loan balance, we're going to do equals the previous loan balance minus the principal minus the extra payment. Just like that. Then press enter. So I didn't lock any of the cells here. I didn't do any dollar signs here. I didn't lock any of the cells here in the principal, but I did lock, again, I locked the rate and then I locked the payment amount. And once you have this first row done, you're just going to select these cells and you're going to drag it or copy it down all the way up until you hit the 72 months. And you see how the loan amount starts getting negative here? That means you paid it off. This would be your last payment. Let me break down what this table is. So these are the periods, which is your months, right? This is how many months you're going to be paying off your car. You're going to be paying off your car for 72 months in this contract. The payment is your monthly payment. The interest is how much you're paying in interest. The principal is how much is going towards the principal. And then the extra payment column here is how you're going to pay off your car early. And then this is your total loan balance. So let me show you something really interesting. If I just write out normal interest, like if you made no extra payments towards your car, let me show you how much that is. You're going to be paying $9,464 in interest if you made no extra car payments. That's almost $10,000 on top of your $45,000 car loan. That's not included, that's on top. So instead of paying for a $45,000 car, you're actually paying for a $54,000 car. But let's say, for example, you put an extra payment towards your principal. Again, if you're making extra payments, you want to make sure it's towards your principal and not the total. So let's say, for example, you pay half of this $756 car payment. So it's like 300 something, but I'm just going to say 300 in this scenario. Let's say you pay that extra $300 very consistently. I'm just going to copy and paste that here. On column H, whenever you see the loan balance start getting negative, that means you paid it off. So this would be your last payment right here, row 49. So instead of paying your car off in 72 months, you're going to be paying it off in 49 months. So instead of paying the $9,000 in interest, if you pay it off early, you're going to be paying $6,000 in interest. So by paying your car off early, by just putting at least half of your car payment, you're going to save yourself quite a few $1,000s. That's pretty much it. That's how you create an amortization table. It's really motivating to see how much money you would save by paying off your car early. That's how much money you'd be saving in interest. You should create one if you have a car loan. If you haven't already, you need to save this, make it for later, so you can visualize how much you're paying every month. Then also how much you're saving if you put even an extra $100 towards your car loan. And don't come at me saying, Nisa, I can't put an extra $100 towards my car principal. Yes, you can. If you're paying for restaurants, if you're paying for clothes, if you're going to TJ Maxx, if you're going to Marshall's, if you're paying for subscriptions, you can set that aside and put an extra amount towards your car payment. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below.